Okay. Next episode, we'll come back and we'll give you an update on who was correct.
Oh my
All right.
God, you're so petty.
Hot Take Roulette.
So, pull them out. Read them. What's your hot take? Do you agree? Do you disagree?
Okay.
We move on.
Beyonce's last truly innovative album was Lemonade. Everything after has been safe excellence.
Whoa. Yikes, don't come for us.
Welcome back to another episode of Where's My Coffee podcast. I'm Perris.
I'm Georgia, and this is episode 22.
I love the number 22.
Why?
Two
I'm
is
feeling 22.
Name that artist.
Taylor Swift.
Okay. 22, I like the number 2. I think it's 2, 12, and 22 are my three favorite numbers.
You just like 2.
2. 12 is special for certain reasons. And then 22, you get the 2 twice. Double. It's like a weird, like...
I don't think you've ever told me this. This is...
No, I haven't. I have not told you.
Are you just saying this?
What?
Are you just saying that's your favorite number because we're at 22?
No, I'm not just saying that. 22, it is one of my favorite numbers. Now, where it ranks, it's probably... Yeah, it's number 3. 2, 12, and 22.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Wait, what? I'm confused what's going on.
When's
right
my
now.
birthday?
February 2nd.
What month
2nd.
and what day?
2nd.
22.
Okay.
There you go.
Copy that.
In 2022, 22.
We've been saying
that
too
was
many
dope.
twos.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey guys, what's going on? How are you, babe?
I'm overwhelmed. I'm good. I'm good. I have no complaints. Do I have complaints? I mean, nothing that I really need to talk about, but...
My wife has been in a weird mood since 12 p.m.
12
today.
p.m. No, I just I feel like there's a lot of women out there that can relate. Sometimes you just have this checklist in your head or this like wants in your head and you can't stop your brain clicking through the items.
Mm-hmm.
So you are perceived that you're like the phrase like in your head.
Yeah. Which you were.
Which I am. Because I'm just thinking of all the things and like tomorrow's a busy day for me, which is good, but
well,
like...
How come when I asked you this earlier, you
Yeah.
didn't say, well, tomorrow's a big day for me? You kept saying, no, I'm good. I don't know
I mean,
why.
but I am good. I'm just like going through a checklist. Like there's nothing
You
wrong.
could have at least told me that. You could have said, hey, babe, listen, I'm going through a checklist. I had a big day tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, it's not like, it's not a big day. It's just, I've just got lots of showings and closing. So it's busy.
Love that. We love that.
We
All
do.
right. Yeah. Okay, so overall, your week has been, or the previous week. What week are we in? Today's Monday, right?
Today's Monday.
Today's Monday. So your previous week was pretty good?
I would say so.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The beginning of last week, we went to the Companion and had some great burgers.
And wings.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
I actually didn't think that I was going to have enough room for the burger because we ate the wings first. The Companion, for those you don't know, those you don't live in Atlanta, Companion was like another pub type of place that we discovered, or your friends.
Yeah, no, my friends have been
referred
going there
that-
for
yeah.
a little bit. It was just taking us forever to get there.
Yeah, when I tell you the quality of food, it was really good. And they were Korean style wings, right?
I think they were Vietnamese style.
Okay.
So I don't know how that differs.
Got it.
But it was like, I think it was like a honey something, but like Asian inspired. It was delicious.
Yeah.
I'm still a little not cautious. I feel a little icky sometimes when I eat wings because there's a lot of things like close to the bone.
When you eat
that
chicken
freak me
on the
out.
bone, you get weirded out.
Close to the bone freaks me out, like all of the little extra bits and pieces. Like, and I know that's normal, but I still get a little weird. But for some reason, these weeks wasn't as phased. Like, I didn't eat as much chicken on them as you wanted me to because I like left a little bit too much for your liking.
Yeah, we need to.
But for the most part, I wasn't phased too much, which was good.
Yeah, it was the breading, the flavor.
It wasn't breading; it was the sauce was caramelized the outside.
For me, the breading. For me, it was the breading mixed with the flavor and
but
stuff.
there wasn't breading on it. There wasn't a breading.
Yes, there was.
No, they didn't coat it in a breading.
I'm telling you, it was breading. Yeah, it was
Really?
breading. Yeah, it was breading for sure.
I thought that was like the caramelized crunch. I don't think there was actual like breadcrumbs on it or anything.
Okay. Next episode, we'll come back and we'll give you an update on who was correct.
Oh my
All right.
God, you're so petty.
The burgers.
Oh, when we decided, actually, I didn't decide. You decided that you really wanted to get a burger. Mm-hmm. And previous 2 weeks, we had been eating very, very clean and healthy. Yep. So Paris was like, it's time. Like, I need like a burger. I need like, let's go out. Let's go get like food, like fun food kind of thing. And at first I was like, no. And then I was like, okay, well, how about we do Companion? We do Companion. And let me tell you, that burger was worth the cheating. Well, the slip up, shall we say.
It was. The treat. It was a treat. I try not to call our treat days cheat days. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it makes it a little bit more of a negative. But it was worth it for sure.
Since we're on the topic of cheating, I got a question for you.
Jeez.
You ready for this?
Okay, maybe.
This is a hot topic type of question. All right, so buckle your seatbelts.
Okay.
Would the consequences be different if I was to tell you versus you finding out that I cheated on you?
No.
Consequences wouldn't change.
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
Because the act was still done.
The act was still done.
Mm-hmm. That just goes to show that you telling me shows that you have like a little bit more guilty conscience, maybe, that you had to say something versus like keeping a secret the whole time. But as like an overall, you still cheated.
Right. Now, question, and I'm speaking from outside looking in. Or like not outside looking in. I'm just speaking
not
hypothetically.
Firsthand.
Yeah, hypothetically.
He hasn't cheated, don't worry.
If I, let's say I cheated and I came and told you, or you found out, and during that argument, stench, you said, oh, I'm sorry. What if I cheated, didn't tell you, you found out on your own, and then while you confronted me and us arguing about it or whatever, you said, the least you could have did was tell me, been honest. I would have appreciated if you were just honest that you weren't into me anymore or that you went and did this.
That's different.
How is that? That's just more specific.
You're making it sound like you're moving on. Like you could, like, I wish you'd rather have told me that, like, the end of this relationship is ending because you went into me rather than you going ahead and cheating.
Well, those can exist separately because people can cheat and still want their relationship.
Right.
So, all right, take that out. What if that happened, but you said, I wish you were just honest with me. I wish you would have just told me rather than me finding out from the street.
I probably wouldn't say that.
You probably wouldn't say that?
No.
Okay.
Because I think I would have been mad no matter what that you had cheated.
Got it.
Whether you told me or whether I heard it from someone else. I think both versions would hurt the exact same way.
And what are the consequences?
The consequences are we're done.
Seriously?
No, seriously, we're done.
Got it. So you...
I have no tolerance for cheating.
Zero tolerance.
Zero tolerance.
With the equity that we built.
Equity? Like the...
Equity meaning history, everything we built, this marriage. Does that come into consideration?
I mean, it would make it very hard. Absolutely. I'm not. It's not an easy decision.
Got it.
But I have a no tolerance for it.
Got it.
You hear me? No tolerance for cheating. So don't test the limits.
Just asking a question. I ain't gonna test no
you're
limits.
Acting sus. Have you?
No, because I'm trying to have a serious conversation with you.
Okay.
Like this isn't like I'm having a real conversation.
Okay. Where have you heard this somewhere or something?
You already know I have my guilty conscience is out of this world.
Yeah, you could never.
So this isn't coming from a place. I'm literally trying. The way you was talking just then was actually like sus. The way I was collecting data. Like, all right,
yeah, you were like,
how should I approach this?
Literally, though, I'm like, what the heck is going on? Are we really recording this?
Wait, you really got scared for a minute?
Well, no, I mean, no, but like at the same time, it was like you were delivering it very like susly, like it wasn't like playful or like exciting. You were just like very like
Yeah, no,
off the record.
What did I tell you in pre-production? I said I want to
Your
ask
honesty.
this question.
Yeah, that's what made it worse, I think.
I mean? Oh my gosh.
Where'd you hear that from? Did you have what's your opinion?
Another podcast.
Okay, what was your opinion?
My opinion, I have a low tolerance level for cheating as well.
No.
Because I have to be realistic here. Like I have to be like
you would give in and take back.
Like because
you would never forget though.
Back. Like I would never. I'll hold it over your head forever. For life. You know what I'm saying? But I can't say that I would even have the strength to walk away. You know what I'm saying? Because of the equity, because of the love, because of like not really coming to terms that you were capable of such thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I have to leave room for just reality. Like P, you might not even be able to leave.
Move past this.
To move on from.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, I'd be devastated. Especially if you told me. I think it would be worse if you told me.
Wait, really?
Yeah, because if you told me, I would be like, oh, so one, you've come to terms as into what you did. Two, you have enough confidence in just being that blatantly honest. And if I found it on my own, I would be like, all right, at least she respects me enough or lack thereof to hide this from me because she knows it's wrong. You know what I mean? Now, if you told me and you admitted what I did was effed up, but I can't lie to you, then I guess it gets more complex. But
yeah, I don't know. I think for me, just cheating in general, I just don't understand it. I just don't understand it.
Growing up, I used to say that I understand the concept of it.
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying? Because I looked at it as, and it's probably, I'll be honest. It's probably because mom, dad, I love you. But like witnessing
Childhood.
just, just a marriage that
didn't work.
You know what I'm saying?
And for me, that's all I've seen is a marriage that works.
Right. So I at least, I'm like, okay, I can see what drives a person to cheat. And not saying that my parents went through that. What I'm saying is when you see a rocky relationship,
you can see how
turmoil. You can see what
there's cracks for mistakes.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
Sorry if that question and conversation made you feel uncomfortable.
No, it didn't at all. Again, the tone and your energy was giving. I'm speaking first person right now, and I was like, "What the heck is going on?" I was so confused.
What would be hypothetically? What would be your first instinct?
What do you mean? Like my reaction to it?
If when you found out,
I would just cry.
Yes, you would cry, but like if you found out on your own, how do you think you would approach said situation or confront me?
Ooh, I probably wouldn't say anything for a long time.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, because I would be so like.
So then you okay, I'm glad you said that. If you found out and didn't say anything, wow, I'm godsmacked by that answer.
No, but like you would know something's wrong. Like it would be a case of like I'm not going to say anything because I'm going to have to mentally process it, and I will just like shut down. So you'd be like, Georgia, what's wrong?
Right.
And I'll be like, you know what's wrong.
Oh my God.
And then you'll be like, then you'll start sweating, your heart will start racing, and then you'll confess.
When Georgia, I'm not even going to say my wife. I'm just going to refer to her as Georgia right now because I can see the fire in her eyes. When she's mad, she has a certain look. And some people, when they're mad, you can make them crack and make them laugh even if they don't want to. This one here, it is like when she's mad, that's it. You know what I'm saying? There's no buttering her up. Like she don't like, back. Oh my goodness. Yes.
Leave me alone.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay.
Makes sense.
That makes sense.
I shut that down real quick.
That makes sense. You're not gonna return the question?
Oh, sorry. Okay.
We got time, girl.
Okay,
It's
sorry. I just don't want to
18
get
minutes.
into the juicy part of this
18
episode.
minutes. Let it, like, you know what I mean? We haven't talked to the people in a while, you know what I mean?
You're right. Oh, yeah. Okay, go.
So for me, if I found out, how I would approach you is dramatic, very dramatic. I would probably come in the house, or if I was home and you weren't home yet, I would text you and say, when you get home, we need to have a conversation. Or I would add, where are you at?
Yeah.
Where are you right now?
Yeah. No, you are dramatics.
And depending on what you say to me, no, it doesn't matter what you say to me. Come home.
Yeah.
Now. And I think it would just be, me sitting right in front of you.
Stern.
I have these text messages. I have these pictures.
Don't lie to me.
My dad used to say this thing. He used to be like, I'm going to ask you this, and I'm only going to ask you one time.
I feel like a lot of parents would say that.
Okay, well, that's a traditional.
It's not just a you dad thing.
I'm gonna ask you once, and I'm gonna ask you once. So, it would be a very, very intense interrogation.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know.
Okay,
I've been interrogated before.
all right. But yeah, that's just my style. That's just like my style.
Can get a little scary. No, I'm
Whoa,
joking. You're great.
come on now. All right, now.
Theoretics. I'll cut that out. Don't worry.
Nah, you don't need to cut it out.
I'm not gonna cut it out. The people need to know.
But yeah, that was a great icebreaker, babe. Start our hot.
What was that?
Our hot.
You say hot weird. Hot.
How do I say hot?
Your mouth stays open for a very long time.
Hot.
Hot.
Hot. Our hot. Funny. That's funny.
Sorry.
This is our hot episode. So we got hot topics, hot conversations, hot Cheetos.
No hot Cheetos.
Bring on the hot Cheetos. Okay.
What he's trying to say is in this bowl.
Dang, we should have had
hot Cheetos.
Sponsorship.
In this bowl, we have hot takes. We've got, I don't know how many are in there, but basically we're going to pull them out. Some will take a little bit to respond to. Some
Don't touch
be
them.
quickly.
It'll burn you. Hot takes. Don't touch it. It'll burn you.
So, we just want to discuss them. Some of them maybe a little bit more versed in them than I am, vice versa. Is that the right wording? Did I use that word correctly? Why are you laughing? What's going on?
You said I'm more well versed.
Yeah,
right.
In some topics. But
or vice versa.
Yeah. So anyway, all that to say is we're going to go through these. We might get through them depending on how long it takes us to get through and call it a day.
Cool. What's the game called?
Oh, that's a great question. Hot Take Roulette.
Hot Take Roulette.
So pull them out. Read them. What's your hot take? Do you agree? Do you disagree?
Okay.
We move on.
Who wants to go first?
I guess I'll go first because I have the ball.
All right.
Please be a good one. Okay. A short one. A lot of people want loyalty from situations that aren't even defined.
How ironic is that? That we were just, that's funny.
That hot take is very accurate. I think that when it comes to dating stages, seeing people, expecting stuff from others, it's kind of like this idea of like you're expecting this from someone, right? But you haven't fully like defined and let them know what those expectations are. So obviously going into specifically loyalty, it's just like if you're like going back and forth and you haven't defined your situationship or what the ins and outs are or the rules, I guess you could say.
You
maybe
didn't put a
rules.
title on it.
Yeah, and you can't really. Yeah, you can't. Wait. What's the wording? Oh, you can't really expect loyalty from someone when you haven't defined it. Like it's like a little bit too. What's the word? It's unfair to expect that from someone when you haven't defined it.
Okay.
However,
Okay.
the more and more I talk about it just now, the more I'm thinking there will come a point where there's some sort of an expectation that we've been hanging out for long enough. You're expecting that comes naturally. So I think it depends on the time frame.
Got it. Do I say something too?
Mm-mm.
Oh. So we can't go into dialogue?
I mean, we can a little bit, but like the question is for me.
She said, mm-mm.
Do you agree or disagree? I guess do you agree or disagree? That's a hot take.
It's complex, but I do.
Do you agree with the hot take?
I agree with the hot take. Yeah.
Okay.
Not everyone needs to be an entrepreneur. Some people should just work jobs.
Savage.
I don't necessarily agree with that.
Okay.
I believe that we are all creative. We all have potential to do anything. And one being an entrepreneur, starting your own business, creating your own IP. It's just about being consistent in how long you're going to fuel that idea or business or creation or whatever that may be. So it's not, I don't think I think not everybody is meant to be an entrepreneur because they're not willing to do what it takes.
I agree.
So working a job, some people may be better at working a job versus those who may be better at and more suited to do entrepreneurship. But I do believe everyone can do it. And everyone is... Yeah, because it says not everyone needs to be. Yeah.
But it's really
everyone
hard
can.
It's really hard not having an opinion. It's more saying like, because I feel like in this day and age, everyone like wants to be an entrepreneur. No one wants to just get a regular like job at like a retail or fast food.
Yeah, but that may not be fulfilling. Being an entrepreneur is
sure.
way more fulfilling, especially
Sometimes you just need to get a real job.
Yeah, until you figure it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I that's my answer. I don't necessarily agree with that. I just think it's again.
Yeah, I kind of agree to the sense of being just self-aware.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really hard not to elaborate.
Yeah, I see what you did. You didn't want me to elaborate on that one because I was going to come for you.
Come for me?
Yeah, on that one you had.
Why? I have no idea what you're talking about.
You want to go back to it?
No, it's fine.
Okay, all right.
Love languages are real, but some folks use them like cheat codes instead of connection. Sorry, I need a little bit of elaboration. So is that basically saying that you have your love languages, which are true to people. However, there are people out there that are using those saying, oh, you're such a words of affirmation. I'm just going to give you words of affirmation rather than really connecting with the person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's, I think there are people out there that might look into it and live by it a little too like black and white. And it means that they lose learning and meeting and like experiencing the person for what they are. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You're like, does that make sense? So yeah, it's like you're almost like using it as a crutch and like a guidance of like how you talk to this person rather than truly learning and connecting. Yeah. Because like, yes, everyone has a love language, but at the same time, there's more to us and people than just your love languages. I think.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So I don't know if everyone's doing this though. Like, I don't think like that's a hot take, but I don't think everyone is doing this. Like, I think this might be a little bit too unique. Or do you think there are a lot of people out there doing that?
I don't know the statistics, but I
you hear it a lot.
Yeah, I do believe that people do weaponize it.
Yeah.
And as a cheat code, like if I know you like
acts of service,
all
you'll do is acts of service.
All I'll do is I'll do anything for you instead of really.
And then if that's the case, then the person has the illusion that this person's so amazing because they're fulfilling their love language. But then when that goes away, then what? You like don't have a connection.
Yeah. Or if let's say you like gifts, and all I do is just buy you gifts, buy you gifts. even though that's your love language, you might start to be like, all right, dude.
There's more to me than just this.
Like you don't have to keep give, you know what I mean? So
Take it.
I'll take it. Okay. Beyonce's last truly innovative album was Lemonade. Everything after has been safe excellence.
Whoa. Yikes, don't come for us. What do you think?
Lemonade, Renaissance, no. All right, then that's definitely a hot take. Renaissance was monumental. That was not safe at all.
Yeah, that
wasn't safe at all.
Yeah, that is a weird hot take.
Nothing she does is safe. It's excellent, but nothing she does is safe.
Safe excellence.
Safe excellence
was there
is still a backhanded compliment.
Was there talk of Renaissance not being good?
No, Renaissance was everything.
What I thought.
In the tour was so successful. All her tours are
Lemonade, Renaissance, then Cowboy Carter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cowboy Carter was my most listened to 2024 album.
And even that's not safe either. Like, even though we created...
that's a stupid hot take. I don't know who thought that was the case.
Yeah.
That's probably like a Beyonce hater.
Probably. I mean, we're Beehive affiliates.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. People don't want partners. They want emotionally intelligent assistants.
That's a hot take.
That is a hot take.
That's a hot take.
I think that comes into the way I look at that is that obviously we're in a very healthy relationship, but I do feel like there are people out there that say that they want a partner, a significant other, whatever it is, right? But when it really comes down to it, and when, like, if it works or if it doesn't work, where am I going with this?
Yeah, because like
it's almost like they don't actually want to be a partner. Like, they're not like a partnership. Like, they're not in it together. Do you know what I mean? It's like they want like the look of a partner.
The idea of one.
Yeah,
like the idea
but
of one. They want somebody that they could
bounce off and just have that
trauma bond with,
right?
Not even trauma bond,
but support.
Like the support. Like, you know what I mean. And that's why I don't like the word partner when it comes to relationships. And yes, you are my partner. Yeah, you are my partner. But like, what we have is beyond even that. Like, yes, what we're doing is a partnership. Yes, but that's not the title. We're husband and wife. We are in a marriage. We are, and through that we're partners. Like, you know what I mean. But I will never refer to you, and that's a separate topic. But I think that is a hot take because I hear more people saying that they actually want a genuine relationship and genuine connection with somebody rather than a support animal or support. Like, you know,
an emotionally intelligent assistant is the word they use.
So when they say emotionally intelligent assistant, I feel like it's someone to help them, like
almost like their therapist.
Yeah, help them manage their emotions and things like that. Help them keep them in check and things like that. So
which isn't fair.
Yeah, because what are you giving in return?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Are you giving that in return?
Yeah, and that's where I go back to saying, like, people get into relationships, but they lack the true partnership of like doing it together. It's like, it's a very one-sided. Yeah. You're here for me and my emotions and what I need.
Yes. Yeah. It's not an equal transaction.
What do you need? Yeah.
Not an equal transaction. Yeah.
Okay. I hope we're making sense.
Me too. That's what you know what I mean. So these are hot. Are these hot takes?
I definitely want everyone to like sound off in the comments of like if they agree or disagree with these hot takes, because obviously they're not our personal yay or nays, but we just want to discuss them. So I'm curious what you guys think.
Kids don't owe their parents anything just because they raised them.
Whoa. Say it one more time. Kids don't owe
their parents anything just because they raised them.
What do you think?
I disagree. I disagree. Fundamentally, I owe my parents gratitude. I owe my parents respect. I owe my parents a piece of the pie. Yeah. Because they brought me into this world. They pointed me in the right direction. Or they helped support me in the direction that I wanted to go. So yeah, I feel like I owe them to my own discernment. I owe them. I there is something that I do owe them. That's just what I believe.
So this only works because you have a healthy relationship with your parents.
Yes.
I think this hot take more circulates around with maybe someone who doesn't have a healthy relationship with their parents, in the sense of like, they did nothing for me. Yes, they wait. Let's say it one more time.
Well, wait, hold on.
No.
Because we can't.
No, but that's the
It's
hot
a general
take.
thing.
Hot
though.
takes are general. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Kids don't owe their parents anything just because they raised them.
Right. So implying, I think this hot take has been established because of people whose parents maybe didn't do a good job or they weren't there for them, but it was like, oh, but they raised you, you owe them something. It's like, well, no, you didn't really give me anything. I don't owe you anything. Except, yes, you gave me my life.
Keyword, raised. There are parents who don't raise their children.
So you think because it said raised.
Raised. Like,
Okay.
that's how I'm taking it.
Do you think that if the person wasn't raised well, owes their parent anything?
That's their discernment. That's their decision. Like, raised well, what do you mean?
Like, there for them, like helping them through
So
life.
you mean it's not raised well is complex. Are you saying if they didn't have a good relationship with their parents?
Yeah, sure.
Because raised well,
Well, yeah, because
that's
most of the time, if you
subjective.
don't have a good relationship, it's because they've done something in
Or they
your
just were
upbringing.
absent.
Yeah, absent. Yeah.
But raised well or not raised well, that's subjective. Like,
yeah, true. I guess so.
you know, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But so I can only speak for me.
Yeah.
This is the reason why I don't believe in this hot take, because I do believe I owe.
Yeah.
I was raised by my parents.
Mm-hmm.
My parents did the best that they could.
Mm-hmm.
My parents are two of my biggest supporters.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I look at it as, yeah, we all gonna, when I'm successful, they're successful. Like that's just yeah, that's just what it is.
Makes sense.
I want to hear your answer though.
I think so.
You think you agree with?
No, I don't agree.
You agree
with
with me?
Yeah, I agree
Yeah,
with you.
okay.
Because I think it's like one of those things where it's like you do owe them a lot. I think
Especially if they were like, if they
had helped a lot
yeah.
in the in your upbringing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like it becomes quite selfish if you don't.
Yeah, to kind of say that like I don't owe my parents anything.
Yeah,
regardless
that's what
if
makes
they
me
raised
think
like,
it's a negative, because there's been a negative like upbringing with.
I was watching this podcast and this kind of topic actually came up in conversation, and there are people who within that podcast do have healthy and good relationships with their parents, but they still believe that like they don't necessarily owe them anything. So I don't think this is coming from the POV of only one particular group of people,
It varies from person to person.
yeah. So
Yeah, I think it's maybe the fact of it being a hot take is because people assume that you do owe something. That's what makes it the hot take, because it's just like.
this is probably my favorite one so far.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep that for a later day. I don't know.
No, because when we have children
You expect
and we do a
they owe you
damn
something?
good job, you know what I'm saying?
respect
I you know.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
People don't want advice, they want validation.
Ooh, man.
I agree with that. Because I think there are too many people out there that just want to hear themselves talk.
Okay.
There are too many people out there that will kind of not open their minds or ears to hearing advice. They just want someone to bounce their thoughts on and like validate what they're thinking.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like, it's kind of one of those things, like sometimes, I mean, I'll do it sometimes, of like saying, hey, I don't want any advice right now. I just want you to listen.
Yeah.
Like that's like
Yeah.
I'm opening up and letting you know that that's what I want.
Yeah.
But like I do think there are people out there that maybe a little bit too much do not give that warning and consult with people they're getting ready to give you advice, but it's just like they didn't actually need the advice or want the advice. They just want validation. I agree with that hot take.
Got it.
I don't think it goes for everyone, but I do think people do that.
Morally, I don't want to be validated if I'm wrong.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying?
There are people there that don't ever think that they're wrong, though. You know?
That's true, and I have my moments where I don't think I'm wrong, but I am the first one to say, hey, how should I handle that? Right. I need advice.
You do want the advice, I was giving you the ball so you could keep talking, but it's
gotcha.
okay.
That's my fault.
No, you're good.
All right.
I didn't mean to cut you off with the
ball.
No.
I was. Hustle culture didn't die. It just started wearing beige and saying alignment. See, that one's hard. Like I'm indifferent. I don't know. Maybe it did evolve. Maybe it did to what it is now.
Yeah.
So I don't believe in that.
Because you don't hear hustle culture as much anymore.
What is hustle culture?
Where it's like always got to be busy. What's the next thing? Grind. Do. It like
maybe this
hustle culture gives I'm broke now. The way that it's packaged. Do you know what I mean? But I do think hustle culture still exists. It's just packaged differently.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. There. I mean,
you don't agree? Oh, you just don't know enough.
I just like this comes off as like someone who's insecure. Because they're not hustlers. Like I'm never going to look at someone's IG page or Facebook and see them grinding, but see the aesthetic and be like, oh, that's all for show, or you're not really a hustler.
That's not what it's saying though.
What is it? It's saying hustle culture didn't die. It just started wearing beige and saying alignment.
So basically, So basically saying that like the idea of hustle culture we don't hear as much anymore.
It didn't die.
It didn't die. They've just repackaged it because it's like hustle culture is looked as a negative thing now. Like you like don't be doing that. That's not healthy.
I hate this hot take, because if hustle culture didn't die, then who cares what it's wearing now?
That's fair. Okay, your 5 a.m. routine isn't inspiring. It's giving anxiety. I agree.
No.
Yes.
I do not agree with
Your
that.
5 a.m. routine is giving me anxiety. Because it's setting this expectation that the only way to be successful is if you wake up at 5 a.m.
Okay, so then you know that quote, the early bird gets the worm first?
Yeah, what about
crumble that up and throw it away?
Okay, that's another hot take to a degree.
Do you understand the history or the meaning behind that quote?
Yeah. Being like the first one up, the first one to do all the things, you're gonna get success. I get it.
More time.
It's the same thing. But what I'm trying to say is that like because like if you think about it, like all like the reels and like the TikToks and everything, it's like wake up 5 a.m., go to the gym, go have my smoothie, go do this, it's like it's showing this like thing of like this is the only way for you to be successful. It's giving me anxiety. Thank you, next.
See, I look at that totally different.
Because I can be successful and not wake up at 5 a.m.
All the successful people have woke up crack of ass.
So you're telling me I'm not successful?
That's not what I said.
But you said all of the successful people.
Okay, most of the successful people, that's the common denominator. They've gotten up early. They've worked late. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
like
these 5 a.m. routines give me anxiety because I just like don't know how people do it on every day.
Shoot, I used to get up at 5 a.m., go to the gym and stuff like that, and I felt good. I felt like accomplished. But
what do you think about them
like
now?
That. I can't.
Right.
The morning time, I'm like, I can't do that to myself anymore.
So
I'm not saying it's wrong. If I see the next person doing it, I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Oh, I'm not judging them, but it gives me anxiety.
Got it. You're not healing. You're just avoiding responsibility. When I hear that, how do you know someone ain't healing?
Well, I think it's like...
Who are you? No, this is a rhetorical question. Who are you to say I'm not healing? Who are you to say I'm avoiding responsibility?
It's the trendy word to say I'm healing. Like the word healing. That's like the trend is like I'm healing. It's just like, well, are you just not talking about your issues right now? You're saying I'm healing.
I feel like y'all would just rather people not express what it is they're doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You'd rather just say I'm healing and avoid the responsibility and just say I'm healing rather than actually diving into what you're healing about.
How do you know they're not diving into what they're
Maybe
healing
that's
about?
a hot take.
All right, well, yeah, freak this hot take then. I don't like it. I don't agree. I forgot. We don't got to spend too much time. It's either you agree or disagree.
So you think that when people say I'm healing, they are digging into it and they're doing what they need to do?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm giving the benefit of the doubt. I believe that they are.
Okay. That's sweet of you.
I think when people say, "Oh, I'm protecting my peace," I'm like, "Are you
just don't
protecting
want to
your
talk
peace?"
about it. Yeah.
Are you protecting your
It's
peace?
the same thing. Why is this the one that I pulled up? I got so much flame.
No, I got so much. Yeah, go ahead.
I got so much flame from a couple episodes ago.
What's this one?
Soft men are only praised when they look like Michael B. Jordan.
Floor is yours, babe.
I agree.
Okay.
I think there are too many men. I think there are too many men out there who are soft that maybe aren't as attractive as Michael B. Jordan, and they're looked as weak or a punce or nerdy or like whatever it is. Their soft men attributes, if they're not as attractive as, they're not praised.
They don't get the same grace as
their soft men attributes are looked a little bit more negative than someone who's attractive that has soft men. Am I making sense?
Yeah, it didn't work for me.
What do you mean?
I'm a handsome looking fella, but I was still called soft. I was still called a pushover. I was still looked at it as you're weak, or I can get you to do anything I want. You're not.
Yeah. So maybe the soft men only applies if you're like famous too.
Probably.
Like at high status.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So I actually do agree with that. Hot take.
I agree with it too.
Yeah. Is that the last one?
No.
I mean, we got. Ooh, okay. Whew. All right. Rihanna's makeup line had more cultural impact than her last two albums.
What were her last two albums?
Unapologetic and Anti.
What do you think?
$1 billion.
What? Wait, what?
I believe the hot take. She's worth $1 billion now. And mainly because of her, well, not mainly, because of her makeup line.
Oh, like you're saying that her makeup has actually done more success than her albums.
It's gotten her to $1 billion.
Yeah,
probably more now. So yeah, I mean,
when you look at the numbers,
when you look at the numbers,
great
yeah.
as she is, I just
Anti's
looked
a
up
classic.
2016. I know it was a long time ago, but oh my gosh, we're almost at 10 years since she's released an album.
Yeah, Anti's
but yet
a
she's
classic.
thriving with her makeup and her hairline as well, her beauty just in general.
Yeah, Anti's a classic.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean,
you agree?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy when you think of it that way.
Yeah.
Hey, all to her. She did something different, worked, and she's bloody successful.
I tell you what,
from
though,
it.
when she brings out her next album, that's gonna.
Yeah, she's gonna get some crazy publicity from that.
No, not even the numbers.
The
sales
numbers
is gonna be out of this world if she ever does.
High standards without high self-awareness is just delusion. I agree.
High standards without
high self-awareness. I feel like there are people out there, sometimes specifically women, I would say. Maybe this is going to come bite me in the butt again. But I do think there are women out there that set these super high expectations without knowing that themselves, they need
can't
help.
even meet them.
They can't even meet them. They do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you set these expectations, but you're not self-aware that you don't even have those standards. I mean, you don't even meet those standards.
Yeah.
So it's like, how can you expect this from someone else when you're not even providing that?
I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Actually.
So, yeah, it's delusion.
Yeah.
That was an easy one.
All right.
Last
lucky
one.
Last one. College athletes should be paid more than pro athletes. They're at least playing for something.
I don't know enough about it. What's your thoughts?
So, any profession, you should be paid your value.
Absolutely.
Now, the NCAA does make a ton more money than
Pro.
the NFL.
Really?
Yeah. College football is a
Whoa, I didn't know that.
multi-billion-dollar business.
But yet they're not getting paid as much.
Because technically they're not professional.
That's crazy. So where does the money go?
To the universities. But there are NIL deals. So college players, not all of them, though. I think it's just for the stars.
Meaning
or
like
high
sponsorship
recruits,
sort of thing?
High recruits,
Okay.
sponsorships, all that
Endorsements,
stuff.
that sort of stuff.
Endorsements.
Yeah.
So name, image, and likeness.
Okay.
So
that's where they get a little bit more of their money.
That's where they get, whatever they're going to get, they're going to get paid. Now, I'm glad that has been acclimated. You know what I mean? Not acclimated.
Incorporated.
Incorporated. You know what I mean? And for, college athletes to be, what's that word? Compensated.
Yeah.
For their talents, but to be paid more than pro athletes.
Now they're saying paid more because more money is in it, right? Like it's like there's more money to go around, so they should be paid more.
Well, there's millions of dollars in. I think there's
both
billions
sports.
of dollars in both sports.
Yeah.
But it's just hard
because when you're a kid, it's just like you've got to earn it.
Yeah, like it's like college athletes are fighting to get to the NFL. So if they were paid more than the NFL, there would be no need to
get there.
Fight to get there. You know what I'm saying? They're working towards the NFL.
Because if they pay them over the 4 years that
oh my gosh, they pay them
they won't
millions
need
of
to go
dollars.
to the NFL
Yeah,
because they can retire and live life.
Oh my gosh,
I see what you're saying.
There would be so many college athletes that probably be like, you know what, I don't need
done.
to go pro.
No, yeah, if they keep getting a million.
You know what
I
I'm
see what you're
saying?
saying.
Yeah, so
yeah, that's tricky.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
I think it's I know
the
why
goal.
it exists because
The
it's
NFL
just
is
like
the goal.
this company has so much money, like give it to the athletes, but at the same time, I see. I wonder if there's a way to like distribute the earning. No, they would never. I'm sorry.
It's honestly, it's above my pay grade to even understand why they don't.
And
but
how it's navigated.
I think overall, it's just like these kids are the goal is the NFL. So allow the NFL to be the gold mine.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I mean?
fair.
Yeah,
I can see that.
yeah.
It's crazy to think that there's that much money going to people who.
I mean, college football is just super exciting. It's
Yeah.
super exciting.
They're
I
young.
mean, yeah, and they're all hungry, so they're gonna play.
There's a
or
different
at least
energy.
play to their fullest potential. At
Yeah.
least you know what I mean. And you know what I mean. You got tournaments, you have bowl games, you have national championships. It's just everything. It's just it's just a lot. You know what I'm saying? And there's like there's stars coming out of college. So
Yeah.
that's
Such an interesting world.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's
That
it
was
for
fun,
our
yeah.
hot
I
take
guess
roulette.
that was fun. I
think your problem is you take them
too serious.
too seriously.
Yeah.
Most of them are hot takes because they're trends that are happening.
We should have made them spicier. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean,
These weren't spicy.
okay.
Yeah, these were just like, spicy is like, yo, if I, you know what I'm saying? Like spice, like
You're
more
saying
spicy to make
nothing
them more
right
fun. Understand what I'm saying?
Give me an example.
Women are lying when they say size doesn't matter. That's a spicy hot take.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's an example of a spicy hot take.
Okay.
Or like, something along those lines.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I think,
Well, maybe we can do a part 2 if people like it.
yeah, let's do a part 2 of spicy hot takes for both men and women.
Okay.
And
You just want to know the answers, huh?
I just want to take them less serious. You know what I mean? Yeah, I
because
just
the topic- I see what you're saying.
made all these series, and But yeah, man, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Episode 22.
I know you're dying
To what?
to close out The Last of Us Season 2.
Oh man.
Just to finish off this episode, we spoke a whole episode about The Last of Us Season 2. And at that point, they had only gone up to episode 5.
Mm-hmm.
We are now at the point where the season has commenced.
No, commenced.
Season
means
finale.
Started. Commenced means started.
concluded.
Concluded.
There we go. Thank you so much. We have gotten to the point where season 2 has concluded, and it didn't get any better.
From your opinion? Or
I mean, I was kind of like mellow, but now that you've shown me so many different things, you're persuading me. But for me, it's like just an overarching, like we don't have to get into too much detail. Like you just want to like touch base. But for me, the fact that the ratings of the episodes when they first released to when the like later down the week, it's gone from like a 7.8 to a 6.1. Like people,
each episode
is broken down into the scoring, and it's just like, yikes! They really plummeted their viewership. That sucks.
Yeah, it really is sad. I'm glad that you kind of are understanding my frustrations and passions behind it. I'm never going to fault anybody for enjoying it. I'm never going to, get mad at anybody who enjoyed the season. It's just, this is how I feel about the story itself. This was how I reacted to what I saw, how it made me feel, and I just feel like this was a flop, and a disappointment, for someone who's played the game, someone who loves the story, someone who loves these characters and things like that. I just felt like this was a poor execution of the story. I heard someone say, "Hey, it's fine if you were going off the tracks and trying to give a new look or something like that. Just don't call it The Last of Us." Someone also said, "Hey, I understand that this was an adaptation, but what good is an adaptation if we're not keeping some things true to its
original?"
You know what I mean? So, yeah. Am I excited for season 3? I can't say I'm excited. I'm not excited. I'm curious.
Yeah.
That's what I am. I'm curious.
I would say that. I hope that they take, because they said they don't release it until 27 or something ridiculous like that. But I hope they take the criticism from this season and like really, really adapt from it.
So Craig said, because what Craig is realizing,
Explain who Craig is, just in case people...
Craig is the director, producer, and I think he's written some of the episodes, but he started to see the backlash and the reviews and things like that, and he came out and said, so you remember the scene
he said something.
Yeah. Remember the scene with Mel, Owen, and Ellie, where she went to the aquarium?
Yes.
She found Owen and Mel.
Yes.
Kind of argument. She shoots Owen, and Mel gets the bullet to the neck by accident.
Yes.
That wasn't game accurate. He came out and said they actually shot the scene game accurate, then reshot it to what we saw. And the reason was because with Owen, the actor who played Owen is about 6'4".
Yeah.
Ellie is not that tall. It would have been very difficult to show how Ellie,
I remember. Yes.
But it's like, okay, Craig, you casted these actors.
Yeah, if you knew there was going to be such
a challenge, why not? And honestly, in the game,
that's Ellie height difference anyway, right?
Not really. Ellie is about 5'10".
Okay, so
maybe 5'8", 5'9". She's average height.
Yeah,
but she fights people who are way taller than her in the game.
She's just capable.
Bigger, heavy.
Yeah.
Again, her abilities. She's able to slip punches and things like that. But anyway, so it was just like, Craig.
Yeah.
What do you?
So they that's crazy.
And they also edited the cover art where she's holding the gun. They edited to her just holding her. They edited to her just holding her backpack. because she ain't shoot a damn thing. And the backlash
so
is like,
funny.
George,
She has a
remember
dang
she
on
was
rifle.
packing. Remember she was packing to go.
Yeah.
And then Dina came and found her. She had shotgun shells. She had all of this ammunition.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
She didn't use it not once.
Nope.
She shot the gun maybe twice.
Yep.
Then she asked Jesse the night after she did what she did to Nora. Mm-hmm. She asked Jesse,
do you have any more bullets? You
so
didn't use them.
Girl, yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
Anyway, all that
yeah.
to say, we did it. We finished it. It was great bonding. It was always a Sunday date night for us.
It's actually making me want to pick up the joystick and replay the game
so that you can
again.
remember what the beautiful story was.
Just so I can have that last
We
experience
should
in my
watch
mind.
the guy again and watch the playthrough.
He talks too much. We'll watch Hollow instead. We'll watch Hollow.
Okay.
I like Hollow, the way he plays. I like his pace. I love his
That way
narration.
I can get because I like the story mode
All right.
aspect of it. That'll be fun.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, episode 22. Thank you for tuning
22.
in. Hot takes. Let us know if you have any other hot takes that you want us to talk about.
Yeah.
What you think about those ones. See you for another episode. Thank you so much.
Till next time.
Bye.
Peace.